When he said, "Come face the little dragon," or "Who wants a piece of the dragon?" I knew exactly who Aerion was going to be.
Only apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you in it, apply that. Love a phone, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, spend like it.
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? I knew exactly who he was going to be. You guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, sweet peas. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. And y'all know we're back to talk A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Episode 3, The Squire. And quick spoiler alert, this will be full of spoilers. So if you haven't watched the episode, watch it. It's only 30 minutes. Come back and then let us chat about it. And listen, them Targaryens are gonna have a couple of Looney Tunes every single time, and Aerion, aka the Little Dragon, is no exception to that rule. But let's get into it. So we wake up in the morning, and Egg is like, I need to get ready. I need to prepare. He's out here taking people's horses. And he's like, listen, I'm little, but I'm mighty. I have to figure out how I'm going to squire for Dunk and be the best squire ever. So he's out training very early with this horse, figuring out how he's going to hand the lance to Dunk. And it was the cutest thing ever. He's running in the field with the horse. These are going to be the conditions of the tourney horse. So you have to do your biggest one. And we also find out that he's got an affinity with the animals. The horse really won't be touched by anyone else. The horse's name is Thunder. While he's training, getting all his running in and out and really testing his grit and if he's going to be able to do it, we see this one-eyed Joker come into frame. And we find out that he's the Mad Knight and that I don't know how he's going to play into the story, but I don't think this was for nothing. And I'm really wondering if the contest of 7 that we hear about later in the episode is going to include this one-eyed knight. Drop it in the comments and let me know. He's talking to the horse, and we learn more about Egg in this moment as well, because we come across a conversation what he's having with the horse Thunder, and says, my father, his father's Makar, says that a horse doesn't understand anything but a crop and you shouldn't talk to them. And he says, but I don't believe that's true. I believe you're something different, and I believe I can talk to you. And I love that. Immediately, we get a sense of the environment that Egg is being raised in and how that has shaped him and made him want to be the exact opposite. Egg is adorable. He's determined, and he's a ride or die already. Because all about Dunk, we're going to win this. We got to win this. And I adore him. And again, some psycho accuses Egg of stealing the horse. And this is the one-eyed knight, Sir Robin Riesling. He's kind of creepy, but in the conversation, when he's talking about you're the Mad Knight, it really gave very much, I'm whoever they need me to be in the moment. That doesn't define who I am right now, which again makes me think he's going to be necessary later. And I'm not mad at him. Listen, be mad when you need to. We can all be a little mad when we need to. Egg doesn't tell Dunk about the meeting. Are we keeping things from each other already? I don't know, y'all. So we get back to the campsite, and Dunk is like, where have you been? What are you doing? And we have this conversation around the power dynamic and how control is going to work. And listen, little Egg, I'm Dunk. I'm the boss. He's telling Egg what to do, how to be, and what's going on. But then we have this really cool moment where he's teaching Egg how to sew. And Egg is like, how do you keep it so close together and so neat? He's like, it's just practice. And so again, while I think Dunk is just grappling with his nervous energy because he thinks that this is going to be the day that he gets to enter the list, and finds out later that no, baby, it's not today. The first list go to the highborn, the knights that have a name for themselves. So you won't even be able to enter until tomorrow. And so that takes some off of Dunk's shoulders. He can relax more, and then we connect. Then we make breakfast, which are some of the biggest eggs I've ever seen. These are goose eggs. And of course, while he's in the market getting the goose eggs, they bump into Tanselle, who really pays him dust outside of, your shield will be ready tonight for you. And Dunk is just like, I just got to get the nerve up to talk to her, to love her. And Egg is going to make fun of him because that's just how he is. And it's so cute. This episode, honestly, was really cementing the bond and the relationship that Egg and Dunk have. And it's just so beautiful to see this. And in the after show, you even hear Peter, the actor who plays Dunk, talk about how he has a little brother and they're very close. And this is very reminiscent of that. You can again immediately see that their bond is strong, and have a conversation about Alice with the 3 fingers. Now listen, Alice is playing with the men's booty meat, and apparently they wrote a song about it. Again, I think this is older brother, little brother. Let me put you on. Let me educate you to the ways of the world. And also, let me ask you about things that are happening to my body, that are happening to me as a young boy that I haven't been able to ask anyone else. And again, further their bond and their relationship. We get back, we get the goose eggs, we make the breakfast sandwich, which was the biggest breakfast sandwich I've ever seen in my life. And we also get a conversation around, can I stay on as your squire after this tourney, even after you leave? And Dunk being like, well, I got to win first. If I don't win, I'm not going to be much of a knight. And so immediately Egg is like, we got to get you to win. And so Dunk reluctantly, sure, if this all works out, if I win, absolutely, you can come on and be my squire. But we all see what this is going to happen. A little bit later in the episode, we see Dunk have a conversation with Plummer. Plummer has sought him out and basically telling a story about the Ashfords and how he has spent too much money on his daughter's festivities and that they need help. And Dunk is like, well, I don't have no money, baby. It's no money over here for you to get. And he said, I don't need money. I just need you to do something you were already going to do. And basically propositions Dunk with, hey, if you beat Sir Andrew Ashford in the tourney tomorrow, we'll all get a big payout. You'll have more money than you've ever needed. You'll have an automatic win. He's going to throw the fight. People are going to bet on, they're going to win everything, right? If they do, and everyone else will lose money, but the Ashfords will be back in some of the money that they paid out for the festivities. And immediately Dunk's integrity is called into question because on one side of this, we have, this would eliminate a lot of your problems. Immediately a win for you is going to further serve your knighthood, and you'll have some cute money in your pocket and maybe buy back your horse that you had to sell the other day or supplement some of the costs that you've spent for armor. So all these things are going through my head, and I know they were going through Dunk's, but Dunk is immediately offended. And no, absolutely not. Why would I ever do that? Not me. I don't do that. I have integrity. I have honor. I'm all of those things. It's just temptation. Well, you sure about that? All your little worries would be gone if you just do this one thing, and you were going to be in the tourney anyway and you want to win anyway. He's like, but I want to fight fair and square. Now, will this change? Guys, drop it in the comments and let me know. Is Dunk going to change his mind? Is his integrity going to be called into question again later on? I think this is just setting up who Dunk is and who he's going to be in the future. And I love that for us, because if the Seven Kingdoms doesn't need anything else, it needs somebody with integrity to stand on business, because they like to take everybody's head who has any modicum of integrity. Now, let's get into the brutality of it. So y'all know, since you've been watching, this show has really been lighthearted, kind of fun, really crass, because they're not going to let go of the bodily functions, just like we got in this episode as well. Jesus, they're not going to let that go. But here is where we're starting to see things get serious in this joust with Aerion, the little dragon, damn it. Really, who's down to go with the dragon? Come on, I won't hurt you, Sir Humphrey. Come on. But immediately in this joust, we see things that go completely wrong. Aerion is a monster and is intentionally playing dirty and literally basically kills the horse and almost the knight, if the knight's not dead. I didn't see that, but I saw we had to eliminate the horse because it was brutal. It was blood everywhere. The joust was a disaster. And immediately Dunk is like, oh, wow, that was terrible. Oh, those accidents happen, is what Dunk says. And Egg is like, that wasn't no accident. That wasn't no damn accident. Immediately, if you didn't know before that Egg is Aegon Targaryen, I don't know what to tell you. But that, for me, even before we get to the end, who he was. Because that level of evil, that level of pain, that level of disgust, exactly who your brother is. He said it was definitely on purpose, which tells Egg knows Aerion. Not he heard stories, but he absolutely knows. And then we see Prince Bay up there, Baelor Targaryen, my bookie, and he's just looking just dumbfounded, disgusted, and just like, why does he have to be a part of who I am? So both Egg and Bay have an understanding of who. And I fear Maekar isn't probably far behind who his son is. His son didn't just pop out that way. Even though we know some lore about the Targaryens, we know that they weren't all evil. Something happened and something's going on. We get into our obligatory appearance of Lionel Baratheon, because he got to show out. He's wearing antlers, and baby, he hasn't seen a drink that he don't want. He's still drunk to this day. Drunk. I know exactly where Robert got it from. He got it honest, and he got it from Lionel. It's hereditary at this point. Now, this was off the cuff and very interesting and really set the tone for, I believe, what we'll see in the future of Dunk and Egg. And that's this fortune teller. Immediately, I'm the other way. I don't want to know with your divination and all of those, stay away from me. But she tells them immediately, she tells Dunk he's going to be successful, he's rich, he's going to be a man of honor and all of these things. And Dunk's sure. He's like, what about Egg? What about my baby Egg over here? And she says he's going to be king and he's going to die in hot fire with ashes careening all around him and the people will rejoice. What? Egg is like, why would she say that? And Dunk laughs it off because how could Egg be a king? Right? It's still not clicking, Steven. What's not clicking, Steve? Dunk's not on the up and up. So now we're getting to the main event, the puppet show. Jesus. Egg goes to see the puppet show by himself, right? He's having a good time. We get into the puppet show and Aerion is breaking Tanselle's fingers. Why are you breaking her fingers? Why are you breaking this black woman's fingers during Black History Month? What are you doing? Dunk was having a conversation with Raymond Fossaway, who y'all know I feel like is going to be is his best friend ultimately, and he lets him know about word on the street is Makar's sons are missing, Darren and Egg, right? Egg comes running in at this moment and is like, Dunk, he's hurting her, we have a problem. And when Dunk gets there, he literally sees Aerion touching Tanselle. Now, why would that be? Dunk tossed the little dragon around like a damn rag doll. And I was here for every second of it, because don't play with Jolly Green Giant. How dare you? And don't play with his Tanselle, honey. He flung that man around. I said, beat him down, Dunk. And now this is the first time we really get to see Dunk fight. And I was here for it. All right, Dunk, you got something. You got hands. I love it. And so immediately, though, we know who he is. Aerion is a Targaryen and he's the ruling family. And so he gets his guards to get Dunk and then a curb stomping. Because you've loosened one of my teeth. So now I'm going to take all yours out. What? Baby opens his mouth, puts it on the side of the stage, and I'm like, oh my God, they're about to take Dunk's teeth out, Jesus. At this very moment, Egg jumps in and is like, stop it. And Dunk's like, shut up, stay to yourself or he's gonna hurt you. He's like, no, he's not gonna hurt me. What'd you do to your hair? He's not gonna hurt me because that's my brother. Damn it, he's Aegon Targaryen. Dunk is proclamped right now because what the hell happened? And now he's going to be in the custody of the Targaryens and they're going to make him pay. The preview said they want to put him to death. But Egg came in to save the day. Now, does this ruin the relationship that they have? Where do they go from here? Does Dunk feel betrayed? These are all things, all questions that need answers. But I was here for it. I was here for the drama, the intrigue. It very much gave what's next. And it ended. It was like, good night. All right, see y'all next week. Don't play with me like that ever again. I need 45 minutes to an hour episodes every week. We don't have much on TV right now. Listen, 45 minutes to an hour moving forward. Are we clear? Are we clear? Overall, this took a turn, got very dark very quickly, and I'm wondering if that's going to be the tone for the rest of the series, but you guys drop it in the comments. What does this mean for the relationship between Dunk and Egg? You guys, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, we do lives on Tuesdays. We talk a night of the Seven Kingdoms. So be there or be square. It's a fun time. Comment, subscribe, do all of the things. And let me know, what's been your favorite episode? Out of episodes 1, 2, and 3, what's been your favorite? This is by far probably my favorite episode, even though it was the shortest. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.